Hi guys, welcome to my channel Happy High Tarot. In today's pick a card reading, we will find out what does the person on your mind genuinely think about you. We will be having an extended reading today as well, in which we will take a look at this person's sexual energy towards you, their unsaid feelings for you, and what do they want from this connection. The links to the extended readings are given in the description box. So you can see an image on your screen right now. You've got 3 options to choose from. Feel free to pause the video over here, meditate on all your options, pick whichever one calls out to you the most. You'll find the timestamps in the pinned comment and in the description box. So make your choice and let's get started. Hello group 1, welcome to your reading. We will be doing an energy check first to see what's going on right now in your connection with this person, and if this resonates with you, you can listen to the rest of the reading or you can pick another pile. After the energy check-in, we will find out using your tarot cards what does the person on your mind genuinely think about you. So your oracles are love, then we have death, magic, and ghost. Okay, so one thing that's very clear over here is that the feelings were mutual when they existed, and right now also these cards are very glossy, and right now also the feelings are very much there because this is the current energy between you guys. However, I don't think you both are in active contact anymore. I don't think you both have spoken to each other in a very long time. There has definitely been an ending over here, but it does not feel like an ending. It feels more like a pause, even though it isn't very clear to perhaps either one of you at this point when will this connection resume or if it will ever resume. I can also see with magic and ghost that while one of you is still holding on to hope that things can get better in this connection, the other person is constantly replaying the manner in which things had ended when they did. Whatever that last conversation was, that last meeting, the basis on which the connection ended. For a lot of you, perhaps you were ghosted by this person. They just suddenly dropped off the face of the earth. They stopped talking to you. They stopped taking your calls. And they basically vanished without ever giving you an explanation, and you were left wondering what just happened, because at least from your side you felt like there were feelings strong enough to sustain the connection. So what happened? And it seems like I said, the feelings were mutual. So whatever their reason was behind ghosting you, if that is something that happened with you right now, there is also an energy of longing that I'm picking up on. But there seems to be this hesitation. There is no surety over here whether there will be a rebirth or whether this will just be, like one of those chapters from your past that you keep on flipping the pages back to and you keep on rereading it. But what then? Does this person appear in a later chapter of your life or not? There is nostalgia over here as well. Sometimes you think about them, sometimes they think about you, sometimes you have dreams about them, sometimes they have dreams about you. However, you don't talk to anyone about them and they do not talk to anyone about you. That is a message that I'm hearing very, very clearly, group 1. I'm also being told that you or them or both of you want people to feel like, this is done and dusted. This was from group 1's past. They're obviously over it. Even though you're not completely over it, are you? I mean, if you were, you wouldn't be sitting over here watching this video in the first place. And same goes for them. They don't talk about you to anybody else perhaps these days, but this does not mean that they've forgotten about you or that this connection does not matter to them anymore. Okay, now let's move on to your tarot cards and find out what does this person genuinely think about you. Keep in mind that there will be an extended reading today as well, in which we'll take a look at this person's sexual energy towards you, their unsaid feelings, and what do they want from this connection. The link to your extended is given in the description box. So let's see. Spirit, what does the person on group 1's mind genuinely think about them? We have the 3 of Wands. What does the person on group 1's mind genuinely think about them? We have the Hanged Man. What does the person on group 1's mind genuinely think about them? Six of Pentacles. What does the person on group 1's mind genuinely think about them? And we have the Five of Pentacles. They think that they left you hanging. They know that they left you hanging. They think that you're still mad at them about this. They think that you still feel the hurt that they had caused you, even if it's been 5 years, even if it's been 6 years, if it's been 10 years, 11 years, whatever the case may be for you guys. 2016, 2015 might be of significance over here for a lot of you, or even 2006 or 2005 for some of you. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Cups. So yeah, they think that they let you down. They think that you're extremely disappointed in them. They think of you as someone who's very wise. They think of you as someone who knows when to step in, who knows when to take a step back. Which is why sometimes they wonder, what did you see in them because of which you did not take a step back from this connection when they thought you would? And this could have happened well before the ghosting. This could have happened well before the breakup. Even then, this person had started detaching first. They had started acting indifferent first. And they thought back then, and this is something that they think even now, that when they started pulling away, you would have done the same, but you didn't. They are very curious about you. They think about you more than you think about them, group 1. They think about what they did to you. They think about how you would have felt. And they think about what your possible reasons could have been behind staying back, behind coming back to them. Like I said, the energy over here, the feelings over here, they're pretty mutual. The only thing that wasn't mutual with the 6 leading to the 5 of Pentacles was effort. And with the 5 of Pentacles being underneath Ghost, there could have been certain actions that this person took which weren't genuine at all. They think about the distance that they've caused between you both. It's almost as if they themselves drew a wedge between you both in this connection. And now they're left wondering about you. But they don't think that because of this distance that they've created, it is very feasible for them to reach out, to talk to you, and all of those things. They think of you as a very kind person, group 1, is what I'm being told. They think of you as the kind of person who would jump in to save someone who's drowning, even if you do not know how to swim yourself. That is the level of greatness at which this person sees you. That is that pedestal on which this person has placed you. They think of you as a ride or die type of a person. When you're in it, you're all in it. When you're done with something, you are absolutely done with it. And as far as they are concerned, as far as this connection is concerned, they think that you're absolutely done with it now. Not immediately, not when this connection had just ended or when the ghosting had just taken place. After that, you could have waited. Which again, like I said, this person often wonders why you waited. Or if you had reached out from your side to try to make amends, they wonder, why did you do that? It's almost as if group 1, this person thinks of themselves as a horrible person, which is why it does not make sense to them. Why would a kind person such as yourself would give them multiple chances? Because I do feel like over here some of you gave this person multiple chances. Even though you haven't reached out to them in a very long time, they think about you. They think about when they might hear from you next, even though, like I said, they don't feel confident enough to make that first move or to reach out to you. I'm also being told that they think about the first time that you both had met each other very, very often. They think that you're a very friendly person, that it is very easy for you to strike up conversations with people. It is very easy for you to blend in with a group, Even if you're a new entrant, even if you've come from someplace else, you just become one amongst the other people. That's a quality about yours, that's a quality of yours which they still admire, it seems, group 1. They think that you are definitely not the type of person to deserve all of the hurt that they gave you. They definitely seem to be in this reflective mode right now. There's a lot of self-introspection that's going on. I shouldn't have said this, I shouldn't have done that, what was I thinking? Things like that are popping up in their mind a lot. And I'm being told, group 1, that if in the last 5 to 6 weeks you have been thinking about this person way more than usual, way more than you would like, it is because they have been thinking about you so much and replaying all of those old scenarios so frequently in their head. And so it is no coincidence that energy is affecting you, because like I said, there still is a lot of shared emotion, shared energy between you guys. You or them might have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini. I don't know why I said Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, even though we do not have air signs over here. So well, maybe an extra message for you in it. Or Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Alright, group 1. So now let's head over to your extended reading and see what are this person's sexual energies towards you, their unsaid feelings, and what do they want from this connection. The link is in the description box. And if you do not join me in the extended reading, then I will see you next time. Bye. Hello group 2, welcome to your reading. First we'll do an energy check and find out what's going on in your connection with the person on your mind, and then we'll take a look at your tarot cards to find out what do they genuinely think about you. So the oracles that came out for you are Illumination, then we have Cleanse, Rejection, and Peace. Okay, so one of the first things that I see for you, group 2, is that there has been some misunderstanding between you both. Either someone has spread some lies about you to them, or you've heard some rumors about them, whatever the case may be. Whichever party over here feels wronged, whether it is you or whether it is them, you're trying to get your name cleared. Alright, so for instance, let's say that if they found out that someone told you that they've been cheating on you, they want to make it very clear that they haven't done any such thing. There is for sure a fear of not getting to see each other again that is just looming in the air. You are very afraid that you'll never get to see them again. They're very afraid that they'll never get to see you again. In fact, the whole basis of you guys not speaking to each other might have very well just been an over-exaggerated assumption. A fight based on nothing that blew up into something very, very massive. Both of you want peace. Both of you want to both of you want to cross that bridge, get back to each other. Both of you want it to be like water under the bridge. I was going to say burn the bridges. Maybe some of you want to burn the bridges, in which case, of course, you should click off, because at least with this group, I do see that both people want to get back together on good terms. There is this desperation almost, especially in retrospect, because I feel like whatever happened, you've got time, you got time to think about it, they got time to think about it, and both of you arrived at the same conclusion that it was very unnecessary. Whatever that last bit of argument was, it was unnecessary. Again, I'm not saying that everything, all the ups and downs were for nothing, but at least this assumption-based fight, because of which now there is this fear, I shouldn't have said this, perhaps he's never going to talk to me again, or I shouldn't have said this, she's never going to talk to me again. That I feel is really haunting both of you. Both of you seem to be very upset by this. In a way, it seems like both of you are hurt, both of you feel wronged, both of you do not want to let go of each other. Both of you want to re-establish peace in this connection, but neither of you are able to understand how to exactly go about it. Neither of you are able to understand how to clean the slate. And so I'm hearing entangled mess. What you are feeling right now, what they are feeling right now, it's very heavy. It does not feel great. But then neither person is making an attempt to speak to the other. I'm also hearing for some of you that the wound is very fresh and it needs some time to heal. Take it how it resonates. Okay, now let's move on to your tarot cards group 2 and find out what does this person genuinely think about you. Spirit was, what does the person on group 2's mind genuinely think about them? We have the Six of Swords. What does the person on group 2's mind genuinely think about them? We have the Knight of Cups. What does the person on group 2's mind genuinely think about them? The Moon. What does the person on group 2's mind genuinely think about them? And the Sun. We have the Moon and the Sun over here. We've got the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine both over here. This is a strong connection, no doubt. Group 2, no doubt about it. But well, a mess has been made. I don't know who made this mess. I don't know who said what they shouldn't have, who did what they shouldn't have, but it is impacting both the people, obviously. This person thinks that you are extremely good looking, group 2. They think that you are the definition of beautiful or handsome, or whatever the case might be. They think that you are a charmer. They think that you've got your way of wiggling out of situations by saying all the right things. They think of you as someone who is a very good combination of beauty and brains. They think that you are not the kind of person to give people a second chance, which is why if you do give them a second chance, they would consider themselves to be very, very lucky. They think that you are the kind of person who lights up a room when you walk into one. They love the attention that you get from other people. They love the way in which you really just command a space when you're in it. All eyes on you, everyone's listening to whatever it is that you've got to say. They like all of that about you. There might be a specific piece of jewelry that you always have on you. Maybe it's a dainty necklace, some ring, some charm, whatever it is. They absolutely adore it. They don't see you as the type of person who would lie or cheat or manipulate. They see you as someone who is in fact very genuine, very direct, very honest, very caring. But they do think that sometimes you tend to get carried away. I'm hearing doesn't know when to stop, doesn't know when to draw a line. Now this is their POV, right? This is what they think. Perhaps you think the same thing about them, which in fact actually would make sense as to why neither of you are able to figure out what to do about this, because like I said, both of you are equally hurt somewhere. Maybe both of you are holding the other person accountable for whatever has happened. So if they think that you're the type of person who sometimes gets carried away, doesn't know where to draw the line, maybe you think the same thing about them. Especially when it comes to things such as pranking, pulling their leg, joking, or rehashing topics, discussing things which have already been spoken about, which they think were done and dusted, but maybe you still wanted to discuss more of it. So that is something they do not like. Even though they do not think of you as a person who is manipulative, even though they do not think of you as a person who plays mind games or who's cunning like that, they do think that you're the type of person who can read a room in a good way, that you always know what the other person is thinking, but you do not necessarily reveal your cards. And that is something which I am hearing they both admire as well as get pissed off by, because they don't know what's up with you, even though you know at all times what they are thinking or what they are feeling or what they are going to do. there does seem to be a fair bit of worry over here. Like, what if group 2 has already moved on? What if group 2's got nothing to do with me anymore? What am I going to do then? What if group 2 is past the point of thinking about this? What if I'm the only one who's having sleepless nights worrying about the future of our connection? Meanwhile, group 2 is out there having the time of their life. What if they don't really care? What if I misread the whole situation? What if I like group 2 way more than they like me? What if all of this was in my head? So yeah, lots of worrying. Now, I'm not sure, of course, what exactly was this assumption or what exactly was this conversation because of which you guys stopped talking to each other. But I'm not seeing any accusations over here as such. More about, I heard something and I need you to confirm whether it is true or not. Are you hiding something from me? Why were you flirting with XYZ? Who were you speaking with on the phone? Do you really care about me? Things like that, which then blew up into something totally different. You're not even serious about this. I don't think you're genuinely interested in me. I think you're just wasting my time. Why are you leading me on? These are some of the things that I'm hearing. So your argument with this person could have been along these lines, group 2. There is fear in their energy with regards to reaching out. I do feel like they're waiting for you to do that. They're waiting for your move first, based on which they will decide what they should be doing next. You or this person might be having Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Leo in your chart. So now let's move on to your extended reading, the link to which is in the description box, where we will take a look at this person's sexual energy towards you, their unsaid feelings, and what do they want from this connection. The link is in the description box, so I'll see you in your extended reading. If not, I will see you next time. Bye. Hi group 3, welcome to your reading. So first we'll do an energy check and find out what's going on right now in this connection, and then we will move on to your tarot cards to find out how does this person genuinely think, what does this person genuinely think about you. So the oracles that came out for you group 3 are caution, then we have flow, isolation, and sadness. Okay, so the first thing that I'm hearing for you group 3 is that the fears in this connection are overshadowing the feelings that are present in this connection. You guys are not talking to each other, but this does not seem like ghosting happened. It seems more like nothing got a chance to properly flourish. Or I'm also hearing it started and stopped almost immediately. I'm also hearing one person tried everything in their power to make things work, but the other person just was not ready to get out of their comfort zone, or was just not ready to shed their inhibitions, their fears, or anything else that was holding them back. The end result of it right now, the way things are right now between you both, is that you're both upset, you both miss each other, you both reflect on the fact that there was an opportunity for things to keep on moving, for things to develop and grow into something much more meaningful and long term. But because of this mismatch over here, one person wanting to take things forward and the other person always putting up a stop sign, no, not right now, not like this, I'm not ready, I don't know when will I be ready, and things like that, it just fizzled out. And I can tell you already, whoever it is that felt scared, whoever it is that felt like no, everything is happening too soon, is the one who feels more sad and more hurt actually. Because I'm also hearing guilt. They carry an immense amount of guilt now, that because of their behavior, because of their unwillingness to take a risk, to take a chance in this connection, things kind of got stalled. And they do not like how it feels now. It saddens them, it upsets them. And whoever it is that was going on trying ultimately stopped. When they saw that it was equivalent to just banging their head against a wall, they stopped trying. Because naturally, I mean, one person cannot take the onus when a relationship has two people. And so things just right now, it feels, they feel very stagnated. One person who was going on trying and isn't trying anymore is feeling very, they're trying to feel indifferent, but they're not able to feel indifferent. They try to focus their attention elsewhere. Maybe to a great extent they've been successful, but it's like gum stuck at the bottom of their shoe. It just, that like this thought just wouldn't leave them, that had my efforts been reciprocated, we both would have been so happy today. And the person who did not reciprocate the effort is feeling miserable about themselves and miserable about their love life right now. So that is where things are at. Let us take a look at your tarot cards now, group 3. Spirit, what does the person on group 3's mind genuinely think about them? We have the 3 of Cups, the 7 of Wands. What does the person on group 3's mind genuinely think about them? 6 of Pentacles. What does the person on group 3's mind genuinely think about them? And we have the Knight of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 2 of Wands. So when your cards were flying out, group 2, I got a message that this person would like me to tell you, and that is, if you thought that they are the one who was not matching your efforts and everything, and if you thought that it was because they were interested in someone else, they want to make it very clear that that was absolutely not the case. There is nobody else other than you whom they are interested in. Nobody else's absence has bothered them as much as your absence is bothering them now, is another message that I just heard for you, group 3. They think of you as a people person. They think of you as someone who just loves everything and everyone to the fullest. You're someone who can take a bullet for the people that you love. You are someone who will fight to the end for what you think is right, and if you think someone is right, you're going to fight for them as well. They think of you as someone who is very, very generous of their time, of their energy, of their effort. They see you as a very pure soul. They see you as a very good human being at your core. They feel like you're the kind of person who is a delight to be around. You're the kind of person around whom nobody can stay upset, nobody can stay sad, because you always know just the right thing to say, just the right thing to do, which would automatically make people feel good, which would automatically make them feel very happy. They also think of you as someone who's very goal-oriented. They think of you as someone who knows what they want and they just go for it with a horse vision, with a tunnel vision. They also think of you as someone who is actually generous even towards people that you shouldn't be generous towards, because maybe it has happened with you in the past that you've been good to people who in turn did not turn out to be very, very good to you, or they turned out to be very inconsiderate, very thankless, or they saw your friendship as something very transactional. Despite all of this, this person feels like you haven't exactly learned your lesson, because from where they are standing, they think that you just go on and do more of it, like you go on and you help more people, and then a lot of those people turn out to be assholes with you and they do not like it. They also think that your pace and their pace does not match. They want to take things slowly, perhaps you don't. They do not like your friends. I don't know why they don't like your friends, but they do not like your friends. Maybe they heard your friends telling you that you're wasting your time on them. Maybe that is why they don't like your friends. Maybe your friends spoke to this person on your behalf, and they could have said some things like, you are wasting our friends' time, and you do not appreciate our friends' efforts, and you don't know what you're missing out on. You'll realize our friends' value when you lose our friend, things like that. So whatever the case might have been, they do not like your friends, either because they got fact checked, or they, like I said, they heard your friends talking shit about them. Whatever the case might have been, they seem to be acknowledging over here. Wow, okay, so there is no third party on their end, but your generous nature and your friendly nature with other people might have been a cause of insecurity for this person, group 3. Wow, I'm very, 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 very curious to see what they say in their unsaid feelings now in the extended reading. But so far it seems like they think that there is a very real threat, that even if they let go of their inhibitions and they start dating you, it'll only be a matter of time before you leave them for someone whom you are benching, for someone whom you've got on standby. Now, you might say that that is absolute bullshit. I haven't got anybody on standby. There is no backup. It's just them who I was focused on. But they don't think so. Now, here's the thing. Caution has to come with an origin story. There has to be some backdrop to this. There has to be some background to this. So, maybe before you came in their life, they were embroiled in a third-party messy situation. Maybe they have seen someone being cheated on like that. Maybe they know of people where one person in the couple said that, oh no, we're just friends, and then they dumped their partner and got together with this said person. Whatever the case might have been, that I feel is the source of this insecurity, of this threat, that they are replaceable in your life, even though in their life you are irreplaceable. And so that is the reason for this hot and cold push and pull behavior that they exhibited, which could have ultimately led you to withdraw whatever efforts you were putting into the whole thing. Alright, group 3, now we will move on to your extended reading, where we will take a look at this person's sexual energy towards you, their unsaid feelings, and what do they want from this connection. The link to your extended reading is in the description box, so I will see you there. If not, I will see you next time. Bye.